This is a CBS News Detroit update.
Good morning, I'm Chris Ledeen. Here's a look at your top headlines on this Monday morning. One man is dead and a woman injured after a domestic incident in Farmington ends in tragedy. Officers were called to Warner Street Sunday night. Police found a woman outside who had been shot. The man barricaded himself inside. When police and SWAT team officers eventually got inside, they found the man dead from a self-inflicted gunshot. We're working to learn more on the woman's condition and what led up to the incident. A Detroit community group say the current owners of Lafayette Coney Island should have their license revoked because of the rat infestation the restaurant is dealing with. The group held an informational picket at the restaurant on Sunday. Lafayette Coney Island is currently closed as it addresses the problem. The owner says renovations are also being made. There is no timetable for when it might reopen. Detroit's 3 car companies are racing to get as many vehicles and parts into the U.S. as possible before the new tariffs begin tomorrow. President Donald Trump is imposing a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico. Auto experts say the tariffs could drive up the cost of a new vehicle by $3,000.
These are very tight margin, complex supply chains. Takes thousands of components to put vehicles together, and any price increases have to be passed along. They can't be absorbed by the suppliers.
The cost of several other goods, including certain foods, are expected to rise. President Trump says while there may be some economic pain, tariffs will eventually strengthen the American economy, raise wages, and create jobs. UAW members at Detroit Axle vote overwhelmingly to ratify a new collective bargaining agreement with Daimler Truck of North America. The contract covers more than 400 workers at Daimler Truck's Detroit Axle facility in Redford. They build axles and transmissions. The agreement secures profit sharing and cost of living benefits for the first time. The deal also will raise wages for some workers by as much as 50% through the life of the agreement. Right now, let's check in with Troy for our next weather forecast this Monday. Good morning, Troy.
Good morning, Chris. Today, much warmer than we saw yesterday. Yesterday is high in the low 30s in most areas. Today, going all the way up to a high of 46 degrees. The clouds, though, will hold tight. We'll start off with some patches of fog, dealing with that this morning, but much of that burns off at around 9 on into 10 o'clock this morning, and then temperatures rising fairly quickly. Many areas right now close to freezing, but warming again into the 40s. We will be tracking in our northern zones, mainly Sanilac County, a chance for a flurry or two, possibly a little bit of light sleet through the next couple of hours. But most of today will be mostly dry, but cloudy skies will be the big story for today. Then tomorrow, a few flurries possible, but it's late Wednesday into Thursday that we have to watch closely for a chance of ice accumulation. We're going to see a chance for some of that wintry mix coming in late Wednesday on into the early morning drive on Thursday with some ice as well as some sleet and snow. So a bit of a mix. We're going to have to watch this closely to see just how rough it could be on that morning drive by Thursday. So until then, looking pretty good. High temperatures for today going close to 40 and into the 40s. We're at 39 for the high today in Lapeer, going to 40 in Pontiac, 45 in Ann Arbor, 48 today in Adrian, 46 for the afternoon high in Detroit. Then early morning temperatures tomorrow going down into the 20s, 25 for Detroit. But the next 7 days will show those changes on the way. For the middle of the week with that wintry mix, even some ice accumulation possible by early on Thursday, but temperatures cooling before warming again by the end of the week. Chris, back to you.
Thanks for that, Troy, and that's a look at your headlines. We'll be back later covering stories that matter to you on air and streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.